We have this 9th gen Civic in for some new rotors and pads and rear shoes and a brake flush. As you can see, that brake fluid has seen better days. Quite black. We just finished the front pads on this IS300. Those are the original ones. About 2 millimeters left, I would say. We got our new ones in there. So, very affordable. I think just front pads, parts, and labor, well under $200. So pretty cheap. Customer got ripped off by a dealership. Previously on his oil change, they charged him over $1,000 just to do a service. So they told him he needed the brake pads done, which is true, but definitely saved him a lot of money just going with us instead. And we also did the red alligators for this customer. Pretty sharp on the white car with the red interior. But yeah, new brake pads, new alligators. Over this Camry SE. Customer uses this car for Uber, and so we have the front camera FA200 facing the front, and the rear camera is right there. That's the FA200IR or F100 IFR, something like that, and that's to record the interior occupants. It's a really popular option for Uber drivers because you don't want to, you want to protect yourself in case the passenger attacks you or anything like that. It's good to have that video evidence. So with the infrared camera, I'll just show you right here, which you can see. So you can see the driver, you can see the back seat pretty clearly. So we're doing a color change on this GLA. Currently has some purple alligators. Customer damaged just 2 of them, or one of them badly, one not that bad. But we did a color change over to a pink alligator. Really pops, and customer was like, oh, you know what, I love it. Let's change the driver's side as well. Got this 2013 or 2012 Sonata in for the R20X. We have it mounted right there. So this is a front and rear dash cam system. So we have, the front half displayed there, back half there. There you can display just the front. You can change the viewing angle. Some customers like to use this kind of as a backup. Some customers like to use this kind of like a mirror, kind of like on the new RAV4s and stuff, because this is such a wide angle and you don't have the blind spots like this. The garbage can there, I can't see it at all looking here, but I can see it from the rear view mirror screen. And now I set it to turn off after 10 seconds, but how this works is there's a button right here. You can kind of hide the screen or turn it back on, or if you tap it turns back on. But normally when you're driving, maybe you don't want that screen on. Some customers don't like it because it's kind of distracting. When you do shift into reverse, however, then it lights up, gives you the rear display, and back into park, and it will stay on for about 10 seconds and then it goes back into sleep mode. It's still recording. You can see the red there, and then also the like that. But yeah, pretty slick. 2K front camera, 1080p rear camera, so pretty good video quality. If you check out our video sample on our YouTube. Here we have the Toyota Tacoma. It's a 2018 or 2019, I believe. Doing the iDatastart HC115A remote start. Again, this is my top pick for like a best value remote starter. Under $500 installed for this car, and it does both. So you get 2 of these one-way iDatastart remotes, really thin, smaller than the factory one. Pretty nice. This got up to 3,000 foot range. You can, however, use the factory key fob and do the 3 times lock start. So you see the car recognizes the input. Must have left the wipers on. Starts it that way. That's fine. Now, with the remote start, a lot of people ask, okay, well, what do I do when I get back into the car? Is the steering wheel still locked and stuff like that? So, I'll just show you here. If someone tries to hop into your car because you left the window open like we just did, and they get in, steering wheel will lock if you don't stick the key in for this car, which has a key. If they hit the brakes, the car shuts down. So as soon as they touch the pedal, car shuts down. There is something we call takeover, and so I'll do that again. Let's try it this time now with the iDatastart remote. So I hit the remote start button. I think I'm supposed to lock the car. Okay. So now that I locked the car, so yeah, this remote here will lock and unlock the car. You can hear that really loud pop and lock we installed. That locks the tailgate as well when you lock, because normally these Tacomas, they don't lock the trunk or the tailgate when you hit the lock button on the factory fob. Now with the pop and lock installed, it's not expensive. I think it's under $300. It's a huge convenience feature. But yeah, let's do a remote start again with the one way. So now that I did another remote start with the factory fob, unlock, get in, and then you stick the key in. Oh, steering wheel's locked, just from earlier. Stick the key in, all your accessories come on, and you can drive off.
Motion detection recording. Over 10 and event detection recording.
And there's the Thinkware Q800 Pro, 2-channel.
Continuous recording will now start. On your smartphone, connect to a Wi-Fi network whose name starts with Thinkware.
And I'll show you again the takeover procedure. So when we have the car, I guess it's already locked. That's unlock, lock, and we have the remote start. Hold it for 3 seconds. Car will start. Now the car is still locked, so you have to unlock it. You can either do that with the factory fob. That will unlock it. Now, to drive off in this, you have to put the key in the ignition, see everything's still off, put it in the on position, and hit the brake pedal.
During parking mode, motion detection recording.
And that will let you do the takeover and drive off.
1 occurred.
Oh, no auto done.
Continuous recording will now start. On your
There we
smartphone, connect to a Wi-Fi network whose name starts with
咁仔細嘅
Thinkware.
嗰個圖燈自己交個掣。
So we have this Hyundai Palisade in for the Thinkware FA200. Don't see too many of these, not too much stock this year for the Palisade. Newer car, so customers always concerned about the voltage cutoff, of course. So always in these events, you can either go with a battery pack or just set your cutoff voltage a little bit higher. And you probably shouldn't have any issues, but with any of these new cars, there's always kind of little electrical bugs, because this is basically the first year of a whole new model, and this is like the full load, you know, got all the features kind of Hyundai. So yeah, there's the FA200 there, rear camera wires going through the grommets, and this here is a 2020 RAV4 hybrid. I feel like you guys might be sick of seeing these for now. We've done so many RAV4s this year, Alloygators, FA200. What's new? This one's the limited model, so we do have the rear view camera mirror thing. So have the rear dash cam mounted off to the side rather than in the middle. No issues with that. But yeah, red alligators on the 18-inch wheels. So we have the CLD Kongs on this side for the Pontiac Solstice, and then just need to strap the ballast, kind of like a ballast down. But it's basically plug and play, and this will do low and high beam. It's a H13 bulb, so you can see them change. And there we have the LED headlights. Looks a lot newer. Kind of like that, you know. People are like, well, putting an LED in a reflector housing. Well, this is a brand new 2020 car with LEDs in a reflector housing. And the projector or the reflector seem to do a decent job. You can actually see there's a bit of a cutoff right there. We can aim these a little bit, but that's high beam, that's low beam. This is the 2020 Highlander hybrid. Same setup as our RAV4 we just did. Thinkware FA200. Nice cream color interior. And this is an XLE model. So we have the rear camera. This generation Highlander is a little bit better than the old one to install, and the reason I say that is this window no longer separates. So we just have to feed it through there. You can't go through the other side just because this is kind of sealed up, but you can run the wire through under this flap and into the grommets there. We have the Supra, finally installed these fast FCO4s. No spacer on them. Clears with the 18-inch wheel, 18 by 9 plus 30. Still got room with the brake clearance. And it's a square setup. No need for spacers in the back. It could take like a 10 mil if you really wanted to, but pretty nice.